lot of love, yeah. Heart of love. Going deep, first and 10, call a play, I'm on it. It's a blitz, not again, 46, bring the heat, baby, we ain't punting. Big ball, better trust, Hail Mary, just trust.
Welcome back to another episode of Run It Back NASA. Today is an exciting one. Today is a near and dear one. Today is a passionate one because we are talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers, okay? My team, my home team. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just a favorite team. This is in my blood. This is how I grew up. You know what I'm saying? So I always love doing the Steelers film breakdown, and we have a rookie running back from Iowa who looks promising. You know what I'm saying? All the clips we seen on X and all that and everything, he looks pretty promising. And I wasn't even able to get the whole 22 film from um the site I usually get it from, but I was able to get it from my man's Twitter right here. Please go follow him. As I'm seeing now, he has so much content, but definitely go follow him. Please, please, please follow up. But back to Kaleb Johnson. So let's break this film down. First of all, let's just get right into it. Go. Here we go. Here we go, folks. Kaleb Johnson. See what you got, man. All right, so we got a stretch play to the outside. Okay, so what I like here. Okay, so there's a couple things you can see on this play. So first thing, we're going to break it down from the start. I like the first step. I like his path. But right here, you see how he starts pitter-pattering his feet? That lets me know he's getting a little anxious right there, so he's a little too fast to the line. What I mean by that is when you hear people say, like, running backs got to have patience, that's what they mean. So you want to be moving at a pace to where when you get to the line, you're just making your move and you don't have to do all these steps. Because what happens is you get out of whack and you get off balance. So now you can only go a certain amount of ways after that. You know what I mean? So because you're not really balanced or comfortable where you're at. So you got to make yourself comfortable. So you got to just get back to whatever you can to make yourself comfortable, which never works out. So he pitter-patters. Who misses that block? Roman Wilson misses the block here on 29. So there's an extra player. You got to make him miss. Well, like him, see him get a stiff arm, then the crown of that helmet. He kind of gets him on his shoulder pad. Crown of that helmet, create that separation, get him away from you. He don't touch your feet. Stay on your feet. Let's go. Good run, could have been better. Okay. $15, got to get his head across. He kind of gets pushed all the way into the play. So where the play is supposed to hit is right behind 76 here. So 76 and 66 are double teaming from 69 to 23, okay? So, boom. Double team right there to help 66 engage in the block and secure the block. And then he gets off of him and he goes to 23. Bow. But 15 is supposed to get his head across and basically hold his ground to open up that gap there, and it should hit right in between them. But what happens is, in this overhang player, now he has to kind of worry about the quarterback, so he'll be more outside. So the running back should be able to beat him. But what happens is the overhang player is able to play both because it has to spill all the way backside because this receiver gets beat. So, I mean, Kaleb kind of does what he can. He makes a guy miss and gets forward. Can't ask for much more on that play. That's a good run. Okay, here. See? And this is you gotta let the play develop. Look how much room he has in between him and the offensive line. Like before a defender is even close. he has so much time to really set it up and just, kind of ride the wave and take your time. It'll help his blocks out and help his guys really engage. Like 74 isn't able to get to 0 because he commits so fast. So now 0's just able to just run and go. But if he was able to ride the wave out a little bit, he would probably hold 0 outside to the left a little bit more, making it easier for number 74 to engage in his block. And also for Zach Frazier to be able to kind of get his block because, I mean, he kind of got his guy, honestly, with his hand on his back. But it would help him get his head across if he was still going that way and the defender had to beat him that way. You know what I mean? It would help his block. And also Broderick's as well because this guy would have to hold the outside. So he would have to stay outside, which would make it easier for Broderick to keep his leverage on the inside. But instead, he gets a little anxious, bounces it backside, makes a guy miss. And I mean, he goes outside of the play and kind of gets some yards, but it could have been better. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie. When I watched this live, it definitely made me kind of nervous because see, there's different ways. There's different kind of. You can tell how somebody can catch the ball. Just put it that way. Like you can tell how good of a catcher somebody is by how they catch and drop the ball. And like this kind of looked like he had like stone hands, if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? And I know he always says in interviews that he wants to prove he can catch. So that kind of means that there might be an underlying factor that people think that he can't, which means there might be evidence of that. And he kind of dropped that ball like he dropped it hard, if that makes sense. But nonetheless, next play. This is another one here where I think he does have to be more patient, but the play's blown up. 72 is just getting blown up into his lap. 64 is not getting any push. 79 isn't. Just not a good play. Not a good play. Here goes another one. So it looks like the play's supposed to go to the left. It might be zone to the left, like a mid zone almost. Double team here. Yeah. Nah, I understand what he sees. He sees this play getting washed down, and it kind of makes a wall, which is understandable because I know this play can probably hit backside. 87, who's that Galbraith? Yeah. He kind of, he doesn't get a solid block, but he gets a good enough block. I think if Hayward can get a more solid block, the play maybe can go for a little bit more. I know it kind of does look like, I think maybe he should have kept it play side. I think his patience would have helped him figure it out as well. 80, he would have been able to, 87 would have been able to, kind of declare what kind of block he was going to have, whether it was inside leverage or outside leverage. 72 works to his backer. He kind of gets better leverage. So his tempo can help him a little bit. I think he needs to slow down his tempo. And I get it, the speed is different. He just has to, get used to the speed, which is understandable. Not bad, not bad. Okay, another looks like an outside zone. See, can he get out here? I would say no. I mean, I see what he sees. This is another one where I just think he should. So this is outside zone, and he's cutting up right here. Like he didn't even ride the outside zone at all. So, like I said, these D linemen are athletic. These guys are, they're moving crazy now. So things like this in the league aren't as, they're not as easy to do, I should say. or not as successful, I should say. But again, the blocking is not great, but I think he can help his blockers out if he sticks to this. So first of all, I think maybe he should be a little wider. I think his path should be a little wider. And like he shouldn't be making this decision now. He should have kind of, played it out a little bit more just to kind of get those blocks declared a little more and then cut it up. And then he would have had to be 90 coming backside. But patience, patience, patience. Another one where, let's see, where's the ball? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's about 6.5. I think that's about right. Maybe he should widen his alignment some more. Because I feel like it's just a little rushed. Like it just feels like, give me the ball, go. It's like, let these guys declare these blocks. Even though it's faster, you have a little bit more time, if that makes sense. Like, what it is the split second is faster, but the timing of it is more, it's it's kind of more graceful. Like it's more of a grind. It's kind of like, nah, nah, do. You know what I'm saying? The window of opportunity is just quicker. Yeah. And when you get to that point, like running there, like you're trying to get through it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like when guys kind of stop their feet or just kind of go with the flow of the ground. There you go. Catch. See. When the ball's below your waist, pinkies down. Yes, sir. There you go. Don't want to let it get into your body, but I understand it happens. The greats do it. But like to see hands. Turn around, make a guy miss. Like to see him get up out of that, but maybe it's not in his game. Okay. So this is another one where that's tough. That's tough. They don't really get solid blocks, but I mean, I see what he does see. But if you're going to do this, if you're going to do this, you got to make that guy pay, man. You got to make him pay, make him miss. I mean, at this point, his head is down. You know what I mean? That's one-on-one, open field. You want to see him make that guy miss. And I believe this was on a third down as well. Maybe like a 3rd and 3, actually, or 3rd and 2 or something. But nonetheless, you want to see him make that guy miss. Like I said, as a running back, your job, you have to make the first guy miss. Let's see how many are in the box. Let's count the Steelers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's count the Jags. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So technically the running back. So technically, if we count the running back, then it's 9 for the Steelers and 9 for them. So I mean, it's even, and that's your guy. You have to make miss. There's going to be one extra person essentially, but that's you. That's who you have to make miss. That's who you have to quote unquote block. So, like to see him get up out of there. First game, I get it. Maybe the jitters, maybe. Yeah, that was 3rd down. Maybe, I don't know. But you want to see him. You want to see him get that. You want to see him get that. I think he can. I think he will. So that's gonna wrap it up here for Kaleb Johnson, folks. I like what I saw. I see that he needs to grow. I understand it. I understand the depth chart and everything now. I do get why everything how it is, how it is. I see the areas he needs to grow. So I guess I'll kind of give him the pros. we'll start with his pros. His pros are, I think he does have good vision. I think the vision is there. I think the balance is there. The power is there. I do see some explosion. I see a possibility of explosion. So I do think, he's going to be a good back for us. Now, the cons or the things I think he needs to work on, for one, is that one-on-one making a guy miss. And I don't mean you don't have to be a Barry Sanders or LaShawn McCoy or anything like that, but, just implementing like a stiff arm or, a jump cut, just something to kind of separate yourself away from that first guy and just to elude the first guy, and be able to get out of sticky situations like that. But with all that said, also another con I would say is I wouldn't call it a con yet. Let's just say it's out for verdict is, his hands is catching. We'll kind of see how that goes. But, he dropped one, caught one. So we'll see how that goes. That's kind of up for verdict. But overall, though, I will say I do believe what he brings to the table is he's going to help us. He will help us, and he will replace something that we were missing. We were kind of missing that guy who on first down can create a second and 3 or, 2nd and 4 or something like that where we're getting ourselves in good situations where it's, our whole playbook is kind of open, and it lets Arthur Smith kind of open up the arsenal of what we can do. And, we can get in those 3 tight end sets and even those 4 tight end sets and, kind of create some mismatches and, keep our best guys on the field at all times. So I do believe he does bring that. And that is what football is all about, is winning the situations and, being understanding situational football. And from what I've seen from him in this preseason, I think that is what he will bring, and I think he'll only get better. So that wraps it up here for Kaleb Johnson, folks. Here we go. Steelers. Like, comment, subscribe. Guys, please, please, please. I appreciate all the love, man. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate you guys. And we will be back. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. We out of here, baby.
Big ball, better trust. Hail Mary, just trust. Defense trying to